outside underscore AJ hashtag on the front. Listen, I just watched the guy Peter something. Hold on, let me show you this quick. Just want to show you this. Look at that. See that? All of that. You see that? Look at all of that. You see that? Now, back to what I was saying. I watched the guy Peter S. I'll leave a link of his channel in the description of whatever you're watching this on. But I just seen him, you know, well, I just learned about his channel, but I seen him do a video in West Virginia, right? Now he did a video. The video that he did, well, he did a couple of them. I didn't watch the other one just yet. So, but the one that I did watch is around like Bluefield, something like that, West Virginia. It's closer to the Virginia borderline. And in my opinion, it seems like, you know, mostly the whole state kind of looks, I haven't been down to that part yet, but that's the only part of the state that I haven't been down to just yet. Now, the whole state kind of looks similar. Watch this. So these are what they call hollers or haulers. It depends on, I guess, how it's pronounced. But this is in West Virginia what they call hollers or haulers. I live near a holler. I live near a holler. I live off a holler. I live in the holler. But look at the holler. Look at it. Now I'm gonna say this, Mr. Peter, I don't know your last name off the top of my head while I'm doing this video, forgive me. But Mr. Peter, the videos that you've done, or the one video at least that I seen, you were down in Madao and talking to two gentlemen. If you get to see this, thank you for your service. But they were from the military, ex-military or whatever. But you know the video I'm talking about. Most of the people that you spoke with, unfortunately, most of them, I'm not going to say all of them, because the kids seem to be okay. And it was a few people that was okay, and a few people that was trying to get to my point, which is the stereotype about West Virginia apparently is that either you work in a coal mine or you're on drugs, or the opposite, probably selling drugs, you know, or something like that, or you on some type of meds or something. That's kind of how the video is. A very good video. Like I said, I'll leave a link. I believe you should go and watch it. It got 10 million views when I watched it the other night. So, pretty decent video. A lot of people enjoyed that video. But what I want to say to you a little bit is that, I've been living here for the last 2 years. And all the stereotypes is more than just that. That's my point. It's more than just people working in a coal mine. But I don't work in a coal mine. I've been here for 2 years. At one point, I thought about just going down there, but let me tell you about that. You got to go 1,000 feet under the ground. And then when you get 1,000 feet under the ground, you got to travel for about an hour, 1,000 feet under the ground and it's an hour travel until you get to where you're working for the next 12 hours. Not for me. I'm sorry, not for me. But anyway, that's not the only thing that people do here. It's the parts, you know, people are very friendly for the most part. Very, very friendly. And I really appreciate West Virginia because I feel like it's giving me back some of my old upbringing. You know, it's a little, what they call, it's a little calm. It's not really fast paced. And it make you sit back, think, appreciate, learn. You know, if you never lived out in like a country area or whatever, it'll make you have to learn. You learn a new way to live, and the new way that you learn to live is not new. It's actually pretty old. It's actually like maybe, you know, us in the city, or us growing up in the city, maybe like our grandparents or our great grandparents, is maybe how they were, you know, where they got their morals from, you know. Strong work ethic, you know, just learning how to be a man's man, if that's what they call it, right? It makes you like that. It gives you some strength, long story short, living here. So I appreciate, you know, some things you might not appreciate, but that part about it I appreciate. But anyway, I just wanted to, because a lot of people did view his video, which is, again, is very good, but I just wanted to put out there a little bit to whoever sees this that never visited West Virginia, or, you know, it's just that's not all it is there. It just seems like, you know, sometimes we all have good and bad days, and it just seems like his day there was just back to back, bumping into people that was just like, you know, kids don't want to work, you know, coal mine workers, which is a large economy here. Coal, gas, you know, natural resources, you know, is a large part of the economy. True. However, like I'm saying, it's more to it than just that. I don't want everybody to feel like, you know, because 10 million people did watch this video. So I didn't want, you know, wherever I can help to say, like, listen, that's not all that's here. I'm here. I don't work in a coal mine. I don't do drugs. I'm here. You know, whatever platform you're watching this on, you have a lot of social media influencers here. You know, you have a lot of tech people here. You have a lot. It's close to, you know, it's that border is close to Kentucky and this and that, but you know, you're very close to cities like Pittsburgh and Columbus and Cincinnati and Cleveland, and, you know, I don't know, you know, Baltimore, DC. You're not that far. Same way he took the 4-hour drive, you're about 4 hours to about you're about an hour and a half to 4 hours to all those places I just named. An hour and a half to 4 hours. So, you know, you have a lot of people in and out. You know, but in my opinion, you're trying to relocate, you know, true is because, you know, I feel like this is how I feel. I feel like it has nothing to do with the economy here. I feel like the prices of property are low is because that's how the people want it to be. Do that make sense? That's how people want it to be here. A lot of people don't want to raise their prices sky high. Why you want to do that? That's why when people from out of town come and they try to do this and they try to do that and they start raising prices on stuff, the local people get upset. I get it. You're trying to make an investment. You're trying to make some money, but you don't have to go crazy here. That's the thing. You don't have to do it. It's a beautiful place. The whole state. Yeah, you know, you see some houses. It's a little, you know, you'll pass a decent house, and then right next door to the decent. It was my very first time coming out here. I was so confused. I was like, I don't know if this is a good move or not, because it was just that hard. It wasn't, you know, you go to certain areas, most of the houses is either run down or most of the houses are nice. It's not like you have a really nice house next to a house that's run down. Most places is like that. It's not like that here. What they call it now? What they calling it now? In the city, they calling it they buying up all these buildings, mixed use, mixed income, mixed income housing, or whatever they calling it, right? It's not people at the bottom. It's not just people at the top. It's not just people in the middle. They're doing buildings because it just makes more sense. You know, if you don't know what the next man next door to you, you know, if you don't know anything about his income, you kind of don't want to ask, because it's kind of it's really none of your business, you know. But at the same time, it just makes a better community. It makes a better community. And then the people that are more well off, they're more likely to be an anonymous person who donates, because they know the condition of the community around their mixed use, you know, building, you know, a mixed income building. Anyway, I just thought I'd just do a quick little, you know, I haven't been vlogging for a while. I'm rebranding. And I just happened to see this video last night, and I don't want to make it sound like, yeah, I just seen the video, now I'm gonna say something. No, that's not the case. The case is I got House of NFTs. The House of NFTs. That's gonna be the new big brand, because everything that I'm doing, just like these glasses I got on, just like vehicles, buying and selling eventually. You know, I had to put the pieces to the puzzle together, and what it was, you know, the House of NFTs. So you can follow that. You can follow me on Telegram under that. And I also just recreated a Facebook page for you to follow me, House of NFTs. And all the NFTs, all the events, the digital magazine, all the publications, all that stuff like that. That's gonna run under the House of NFTs, because I'm NFTing everything from this point on. So that way you can be an investor too. You know, when you buy a magazine now, you know, it's also that magazine it could be worth more money in the future. It depends on, we all have to promote. That's how NFTs work. We all have to promote. It's not just me just promoting. If you buying an NFT and you want that NFT to be more valuable, so you got to tell people about it. It's just that simple. I bought an NFT today, and guess what? It's worth this amount of money, but it's a pretty decent product. First of all, even if you think it's corny, it's a corny product, but I think it's going to go up. That's it. And we all make out. But anyway, peace and blessings to everybody. Like I said, I'll drop the links in the description. Before you go, follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share or don't. But I appreciate you watching this either way. Peace, I'm out. Family Dollar, GameStop, Big Lots. I think that's Dunham's. See CVS all the way down there. CVS. I think that's Rent-A-Center. Here you got Lily's Guest House. Little small little hotel over there. This is my favorite shot like here. I think this is going to be done now. Yeah. Moundsville. Outside _AJ. Hashtag on the front. Listen, one of my cousins asked me, I want to say last year, how did I end up in West Virginia? And a lot of people ask me that question. How did I end up in West Virginia? And sometimes it's like the question to catch you off guard, especially when it's like locals that you meet somebody local and they ask you like, so what brings you here? And it's the tone of people's voice sometimes is like when they asking a question, it'll kind of throw you off. But anyway, a lot of times it's not that I'm stuck. It makes me think like, how did I end up here? When they ask the question, how did I end up here? And long story short, I was thinking about it last night, and the first answer is this: I must be here for a reason. It's a lot of space on this thing we call Earth. It's a lot of different places I could be living right now. But right now is West Virginia. So what brought me here, I don't know, the universe. But let me say this. It all depends on what you believe in. And since I've been here, let me backtrack a little bit. So 2018, my son was born. 2019, my mother passed away on Mother's Day. 2020, we all was locked up. At the end of that year, my daughter was born. There's a lot to think about. And so I kind of was thinking, you want to switch things up, and was kind of thinking like, what would be a different place where I can go and you start looking at different places on the map, and you start doing a little bit of research on that place. And, you know, this was one of the places, West Virginia. You know, it was other options. I was telling people, and I'm sorry if you're watching this, you know, but, you know, I hope you understand, because I've been kind of quiet for the last few years. You know, if your mother's still living, no matter what you're going through, or your parents in general, parents, grandparents, it's best to keep in touch, you know, as much as possible. That's the only thing I could say, you know. Try to understand things, ask them questions, you know, because we won't be here forever. You know, it's just part of life, part of reality, is that one day our clock turns off, our batteries run out of juice, you know, and that's just the end of that. But yeah, I needed some time off. I needed some breathing space. I needed to think. You know, I'm into tech, as you know. If you just tuning in, it's the main thing. Been into it since a kid. So yeah, you know, things change with the tech. You know, trying to keep up with that, trying to pay bills at the same time is hard. You know, I've been licensed and certified since 2004. And for the longest time, people just didn't understand what it is that I did. And then when they did understand, they came out with some, you know, it was just constant change. You know, right now is a big change. You know, artificial intelligence is a big change, is a big deal. You know, just like not so long ago, apps was a big deal. Not so long ago before that, websites was a big deal. You know, and in between all of that, social media was a big deal. You know, but this is a really big deal. This, you know, robotics, and, you know, and that's part of the reason why I came this way. Because Pittsburgh, Carnegie is one of the leaders in robotics. So if I could soak some of that in on the side without attending, then I could soak some of that on the side without attending. But, you know, part of the plan was to go back for robotics. But what changed my mind is the brain. You know, instead of learning how to build a physical robot, I started being more interested in the brain of the robot, what controls the robot, which is artificial intelligence. So I hope that answers a little bit of your question. You know, keep following me. You know, I got a lot of pretty interesting stuff to say, and I'm gonna be saying it a lot. So before you go, please like, subscribe, follow, share if you care. If you don't, you don't have to. I appreciate you watching anyway. Peace and blessings. I'm out.